little RV camper kitchen here in Sevierville, Tennessee, in the heart of the Smoky Mountains, on a mildly chilly Taco Tuesday. Tonight I am doing tacos, and tacos have become kind of a little bit fancier than I remember growing up as a kid. In the last 10 or 15 years or so, tacos have kind of come into their own, and there's many different styles from different regions of Mexico and so on. There's your Dorados, there's your quesadillas, there's your Oaxacans, but if you were a child, if you're of my age, and you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s, when it was taco night, tacos meant one thing for the most part, and that was the old school Mexican style, Mexican American, I might say, style ground beef, the old El Paso taco packet seasoning, the crunchy Ortega taco shells, shredded lettuce, some shredded cheese, diced tomatoes. If you were lucky, your mom bought a little sour cream. You got a little squirt of sour cream on it. But that was it. That was tacos when I was growing up. That was taco night. All these other kind of tacos, I'm sure they were around back then, but they didn't hit the zeitgeist and into the mainstream until about 15, 20 years ago or so. People's palates started to improve and elevate. So anyway, I am going to make these old school OG white people tacos, as we call them now. And we're going to start with the prep, and we're going to get going right now. Let's go, guys.
All right, guys, so we're going to start by making a quick pico. Got some Roma tomatoes here. I'm going to do a little 1/4-inch dice on these. I find Roma tomatoes to be the best when making salsa or pico. They bring the most flavor, and they have a good consistency to them. They have a good texture. They hold their integrity pretty well. And to that, we're going to add a sweet yellow onion. Again, about a 1/4-inch dice. As a kid, we used to just get the jarred Ortega salsa. But like I said, as I got older, I kind of upgraded the white people taco on my end. All right, so we got our yellow onions with the tomatoes. Now we're going to add some fresh cilantro. Get rid of those stems. And just do a nice quick rough chop on the cilantro. All right, let's get the cilantro into the mix. And now we're going to use the juice of a 1/2 lime. Just cut it in half, and we're going to squeeze it right into the bowl with the tomatoes and the onion and the cilantro. And just give that a quick toss. And we'll let that sit while we're preparing the rest of the tacos. Beautiful, quick, fresh pico de gallo. Now we're going to start frying up our corn tortillas. We have our Mission yellow tortillas, corn tortillas. The heat is medium-low. It's got some vegetable oil. And we're going to fry these. Flip them periodically till we get them crisp. And then we're going to pull them out. Fold them into shape and let them drain on a paper towel off to the side. and we'll hold them warm while we prepare the taco meat. When I was a kid, we used to just buy the shells already made, the Ortegas. This is much better. All right, there we go. The last one is out. And now we will start with our seasoned meat for the tacos. I'm adding 2 pounds of just regular ground chuck, 80/20, to a sauce pot. And as that browns, we will add our 2 packets of Old El Paso Old School OG taco seasoning in there. And give that a mix. And we're going to let this continue to simmer for a couple minutes. And then we're going to add about a cup of water. All right, there goes the water. Give it a stir. And now we're just going to let it simmer for a few minutes. It's going to reduce, it's going to thicken, and it's going to get more flavorful. All right, so now the meat is pretty much done. Smells delicious. So now that we're done with the meat, we will start building our tacos. We have our shells. I'm going to start by spooning in some of that delicious seasoned ground beef. This smell just brings me right back to high school. Tacos were one of my favorite meals. All right, so we got our meat into our shells. Next thing, I'm going to spoon on some Old El Paso taco sauce. I have no idea what's in it, but like I said, this stuff, the flavor of this just brings me right back to my childhood. This was a staple back in the day. All right, so we got our Ortega taco sauce. Now we're going to add our cheese. I have a nice blend of yellow and white cheddar. Add that to our tacos. Now we're going to add some fresh cilantro in lieu of the shredded iceberg lettuce of yesterday. Never was a big fan of that. I think it was just kind of filler back then, but I would prefer to just use just straight up cilantro instead of the iceberg. Now we're going to add our pico, our delicious homemade tomato, cilantro, lime juice, and onion. Flavors just popping. Next, I'm going to give it a nice drizzle of a little crema. You could use sour cream if you'd like. I've seen people use ranch dressing. That's real white people. That is some real white people shit, ranch dressing. Now I'm adding some sliced Hass avocados. We never got these as a kid. This is since I became a grown-up. All right. There we have it, guys. Our old school OG white people tacos from the 80s. They look delicious. Let's see how they taste. All right, guys. Well, here we are with the finished product. Our white people tacos
done my way in my little RV kitchen, in my little camper here in Sevierville. If you guys like these recipes, please give a thumbs up on the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. If you are, welcome back. If not, please consider subscribing. Ring the little bell so you'll be notified when I put out these videos. I try to do, at least one a week. And I try to vary it up. Like I said, these are very basic, old school, what I grew up with tacos. If you want to see some jazzier kind of tacos, check out my video, like I said before. In my videos down below, you'll see Dubai tacos. It's a lamb, beef, smash burger, birria taco conglomeration. Unbelievable. Another kind of taco. Like I said, if you want to check out something a little bit more, a little sportier. But these, like I said, these are old school. These bring me right back to my youth. And let's give them a try and see how they're doing here. Poppy, want a little avocado? Come here. Here, have a little avocado. You can't have tacos. Too many spices in there for your belly. But you can have a little avocado. Now let's try these out. We'll squeeze a lime. And let's get into this. So good. So good. This brings me back to high school. This brings me back to a restaurant called Taco Viva. Long before Taco Bell was around in Florida, we had Taco Viva. And this brings me right back to high school and lunchtime and going to Taco Viva for lunch. Anyway, guys, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my tacos here. And again, please, thumbs up on the videos, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and have a great week. Have a great Taco Tuesday, and I will catch you guys on the next one. As always, peace.